Sister Scholastica. I'm from the Missionary Franciscan Sisters of the Immaculate Conception, and I'm living here in Wewak, in the Diocese of Wewak, of course, in Papua New Guinea. And right now I'm taking care of the house that we call a safe house for women, abused women, those who were violated by their husbands in different forms of violence, especially domestic violence. And we've been doing that for, this would be its 27th year. So it's mostly, and it's called Welcome Nabelisi, which means in English, Welcome Nabelisi is really the pidgin word, which means welcome and peace. That's what it simply means. And what we provide in a place, in a house, it's a house that is owned by the sisters, Franciscan sisters, but we share it with the women. And we are also living in the place simply because we also provide our presence there, provide security. And what we offer in the program is we offer accommodation firstly. Of course, a safe space. We're hoping that the spaces we provide are safe, but that's the idea. And we do counseling, individual counseling for women, for couples, for families, including children included. And if there is a community that is involved, community people, we call them in also to, it's something like mediation type, but we call it, counseling. We take in about, for a year, it could be 1,800, 700 plus. We can get that, but this is the number not for people coming in to seek accommodation. That is also included, but the number that I gave, that includes every day this what we call day clients come in. They just come in to have a chat or whatever. So those are the ones that we count every day and see how many people are coming to seek our services that we provide. The reports that we get from women, the ages from 24 to 40, these are the ones that are mostly affected. And there's a lot of domestic fights, and mostly it's about the young man. The husband is wanting to marry another woman. It's not satisfied with this one, and the current wife, and is looking for another one. So a lot of the fights begin there. That's the highest. The second highest is they fight in the families because the husband is not working. They need money for children to go to school, the wife especially to look for food and cook and all this one. So that's the next highest. And I think these are the two highest things that's happening in Wewak town.
So these two problems that you say create the majority of issues for women, how long have they existed for? Is this a fairly recent development, or is it something that you can see has come out of old PNG traditions and culture?
I am living in town. It's a town setting. In the village, it's happening, but not in a big scale. Like young men might say, I think you're not cooking well for me. I don't want you. I want that woman. And they go, that's happening, but not in a big way. Here in town, that's happening in a very big way. Because they're living together in the camps, in the settlement. And it is like everything, a man going to sleep with that woman, and then that one is sort of almost like a norm. And they don't just talk about it. So that's what I think causes the woman to, the pains and so forth. So she comes, men wanting another wife. In some parts, yes, it is really like a tradition that it's okay to marry the second, third, fourth. But that only comes from the chief. If he's the chief of the place, then he's allowed to do that, and provided he has money to, he can be supported to do that. But if this person doesn't have enough money, doesn't have anything at all, and wants to marry this one and then another one, that causes a lot of, that's something new that I'm seeing in the young people's life here. I think has gradually happened. Or just simply marrying getting another woman and dumping this current one. So that has increased, the number has really increased.
For those who aren't familiar, the tribal life out in the villages is still quite an old, very old culture. And what you're saying is the settlements, the towns, is now interacting with Western culture, with money, drugs,
yes.
alcohol. So there's disturbances, and the people who live in settlements don't have land. Is that right?
They don't have land, and they don't have any means of getting income to, sustain themselves. So that is why I think that even for some men, I've got a lot of stories too of men inviting their wives to go and sleep with another man and be paid for. He said, paying sex. So that will be the earning. That's the living. That's what happens. And I guess those are also the causes of this disrespect in the marriage life, and slowly that goes away. So it's really like the marriage life in these settlements in the town area is no more as it was used to be seen before in the traditional way in the clans and families back in their homes.
And that would have had a whole structure of rules and behaviours that were acceptable. So tell me about the church, and where does the church fit in this?
Right now, I would always wish that the priest could, talk about this more often in the church as they're preaching. The church, I am including myself as a church member. I'm doing a lot in my area of work. But if the whole church, we talk about bringing awareness, and that's we are doing. And we are giving things to this, for once, like when people come to me, I listen to them and that. We're trying the church, trying its best to provide little jobs and especially in our convents and priest house, for little jobs for these mothers to come work to get money. But in a bigger scale, I think that's the challenge we haven't done. We are not doing enough to alleviate this issue that is happening. We only go and give awareness, and priests can give homily in the church, but if there is something that we really need to do in a big way that can help and make that understanding change, we're not doing it enough.
What ideas do you have?
My idea is really if there was a place where we could just get the youths, firstly, if there was something for the youths, let's say, something for the youth, and if they can, building a place where they can come and do something like, we have a carpentry place here, vocational school here, so maybe we cannot create anything new in the diocesan land, St. Joseph Technical School, but we can help to bring people in. But the other thing is they're taking in grade 10s only and 12. How about the grade 8s? Those are the things. And these grade 8s, most of them are married, and if they can get training there, if the bishop could say, yeah, let's train the grade 8s as well, but we have majority of the people we have here, they're either grade 6s or grade 8s, and give them space to just build something. Like, I know of a man who's already building cane chairs and tables using the cane, and we are buying from him, and I'm happy to do that because at least he's doing the work we are buying to use. So he too comes from a family like that, so I'm really proud of him doing that already. So this would be some of my dreams, and then I'm already trying to get my office space down so I can run workshops with women, cooking classes with women, sewing classes with women, for just simply, especially those who come from the camp, to empower them to go back and in some ways to sustain their own family. So those are the ideas. I'm still looking for money to, put the office space up and use it, like inviting the women in to have sessions with them, the youth in to have sessions, including the children. Right now, because we have small space, we're only dealing with children at first. Yeah.
It seems like you want to address men and women and youth, so it's quite a holistic issue, and you're trying to address all the angles.
Yeah.
Tell me about the advocates you have.
Since you said men, I remember, yes, we do have these men. We train them some 2 years back, and their role is really they have graduated. The bishop went and gave them the certificate, so the bishop is aware that we've got a group of men who would then go to like universities in Divinewood, and they give talks to the students there, especially male students, and other high schools, and mostly around in the camps, to talk to the men. So they share some of their experiences, the conversion moments for them, like maybe they were not too good with their wives after attending the program, what changed for them. Those are the things that they share with the men, the other men, and they say it's possible. We had this traditionally, the woman does this and that. Now we need to cooperate. The friendship, marriage is about friendship, that's what they say. And we need to share the job, whatever that happens in the house, inside the house, taking care of children and that. There are times that even some of the men, they've decided to be in the house, take care of the kids, while the woman goes to work. So those are some little positive things. I'm hoping that a lot more will see and follow the example, like allowing their wives to do things, and they can do the cooking, they can do the washing, they can take care of the kids and so forth. Mostly they say that's women's work, and they don't participate in that. So I'm hoping this will happen. But these male advocates too, they do face a lot of challenges. The majority of the men are pure Papua New Guineans, and they say that it's the work of the women. You don't tell us to do that. But those of the men who are ready to listen and allow themselves to be touched, they are touched and they join. So little by little, I guess, something will happen.
I can see the scope for this could include marriage preparation. Is that something that is done?
I have started with a couple from Bougainville, and the wife came to me and I did that. That was my first time treating the marriage of sacrament, the instruction, in that way. And it was really, really good. This big Bougainvillean, black, strong, in Pidgin we say Iron Man. It's like when you refer to people, man or woman, as Iron Man or woman, it's like very strong, stubborn, it cannot be changed. Now he became so humble and was really ready to go through the process through that marriage sacrament instructions for marriage, and I felt that's the kind that I want to give.
So it's a small beginning, but it could potentially be a program that is taken up by the Wewak Diocese, and then it could be rolled out in other dioceses as well.
Yes.
Can you see that happening?
We've got a program that's, again, we adapted from Sydney, Alternative to Violence. That's the program that we have. It has gone throughout and the other program for women that I do, I call professional homemakers. That's simply training women to take care of their homes, making bed, cooking food, sewing, and whatever that makes a woman feels I am important. I am also doing a lot more than you, my husband, working in the office or in the classroom or in the hospital. I am doing a lot, equal, we're equals.
So this is the action by the church in PNG. Is there anything equivalent in the rest being rolled out by the government or by health services?
The government right now, they're talking about gender-based violence. Yesterday I got a call from Port Moresby, and they're just getting names of the safe houses here in Wewak. What they're going to do, I don't know. Some of the bigger things, we do that in the provincial level as well. Down at the Oval, we have like awareness program run 2 days or 3 days programs, and that's including the disability, Kalang services are included, safe houses are included, water aid, any organization that deals with helping the lives of involving the lives of people.
So is the government sponsoring that, or they just bring you together?
It's community development, that's under government. Their community development brings us together. Sometimes we contribute food and, not in a big way, but little, finger food and things. And really, The government, they say, they talk about it, but I haven't really seen in action. UN people, United Nations, through those in Port Moresby, they used to give us, I think it's 2,500 in Kina to the safe house, our safe house, and that's for the food. We used to buy food only, food and the toiletries and all that, and but that's really not the support from the government. That's from the UN. 2 times I got money from the governor. I didn't ask for it. He said he's got some money and sent people to come see me. So I see that there's a support coming from the government as well.
Last question, where do you see hope?
Where do I see hope? I think right now, already like right now I'm not, the safe house is not operating in a big way because I didn't have money towards the middle of last year into this year. I didn't get any funding. And most fundings are funded by the Missionary Franciscan Sisters. So last year I didn't apply. There was so much happening, so I missed out on that. And this year I'll be applying for next year. So right now I am doing all the plannings, preparation for the office space and extra office rooms. And that's my hope, like how it's gonna spread. I'm hoping that it will be in a bigger space where any person can come to get counseling. The only thing that I would be worried about is to get trained counselors from somewhere to come and to just be there, at least two, a man and a woman. That's all I would need, and to be in that office space, and that's my dream for making it bigger, and that they will be doing that, and then we'll be having programs. As I said, my congregation, sorry, that's our discussion. We'll have this conference place where we can run programs, and that is for everyone. It's not just Catholics, because we are living in a community, so it's everyone. That is my dream, to run programs for them there, and then spread out first in there are a couple of other safe houses here too, and there's also running programs, but differently. So, and then to go spread out to other parts of Wewak first. And I also have a big responsibility to train lay people as well, and to help us to work on that. So those are the plans I have, and the male advocates as well.
Well, Scholar, it sounds like you've got the vision and you've got some networks happening.
Yes.
And it's a good beginning. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you too.